The little sword immortal, master of billions of demonic beasts, was at this moment as obedient as a puppy. Even his terrifying, mountain-like form slowly shrunk until it became a miniature great black dog. There we go, great black, no need to be so ostentatious. If you annoy master, I'd be more than happy to make you my drinking snack. You are absolutely right, little master, the dog replied. Despite the teasing, it dared show no dissatisfaction, instead edging closer to the human realm. Sword immortal, Shangguan chunky like a true bootlegger. Beside them the great Zun general, responsible for guarding the souls, a tribulation transcendence realm expert, breathed at a sigh of relief at his narrow escape. Only then did he recognize the newcomer as identity. This was the true sword immortal. Legends said that millennia ago, several immortals had descended to the mortal realm using special mazes to wield celestial secrets. Yet our effortlessly slain by him. Since then, no one in the cultivation world besides him dared claim the title Sword Immortal. Wemley Ang, general of the left-only god of great threat. Thanks Senior Shangguan for saving my life. Reacting, he immediately bowed deeply in gratitude. Enough, it was just a minor misunderstanding. Shangguan Qianqi waved dismissively. His sole thought now was to see his master quickly, just as he prepared to head directly for the great Zun capital. However, Wang Lian appeared before him again, wearing an apologetic expression. This humble general carries an oral decree from Her Majesty the Empress. No tribulation transcendence realm expertise permitted to enter Great Zun territory today. Please stay your steps. Senior Sword Immortal Shangguan. Little Master thinks they aren't welcoming. Great Black couldn't help but speak up. No matter if my dear sister blames you later, just say you couldn't stop this Sword Immortal. He wanted to do anything to you. Shangguan Qianqi dismissed the concern and was about to summon his flying sword to leave. Suddenly a surge of dragonite past arrived, emanated from the direction of the capital, carrying nothing but an utterly ordinary piece of rice paper. With just one glance, both Shangguan Qianqi and Great Black recognized its origin. Shangguan Qianqi merely glanced at it and frowned. Forget it, since it's like this, I won't go to Great Zun today. The moment he saw the large white seal, he knew it was his master's will. Meanwhile, back at the heavenly tribulation site, a long time had passed, yet not a single bolt of heavenly thunder had fallen. This bizarre situation left the gathered tribulation transcendence realm experts, who had come seeking enlightenment, increasingly baffled. Moreover, the tribulation clouds were shrinking. If this poor Taoist isn't mistaken, he's refining the heavenly tribulation. My actions made everyone doubt they were dreaming. Could heavenly tribulation even be refined? A single wisp of that stuff was lethal enough. That's why they themselves dared not face their tribulations. Truly worthy of being the power of heavenly rose. I mused, feeling the changes within my body with considerable astonishment, since it caused quite a stir. Focused solely on my breakthrough earlier, I hadn't considered the commotion. I had originally intended to hide and investigate quietly, never expecting that merely stepping into the key condensation realm would trigger a heavenly tribulation. Shaking my head helplessly, I returned to the Great Zun Imperial Palace. I left a list filled with names of heavenly treasures and spirit materials unedible, instructing Liu Qinghan to collect them swiftly before turning to leave. Hands clasped behind my back. Who exactly is scheming behind the scenes, trying to seize my body? It remained unknown. Best to improve my strength as quickly as possible. Stepping out of the harem courtyard, I closed my eyes slightly. Instantly, I sensed countless auras within a mere moment. I pinpointed the location of the person I sought. At that same moment, in front of the benevolent heart hall. This money should be enough. If it's short, I swear I'll pay back whatever's missing. Please save my mama. A frail figure, hands reddened by the cold, desperately pushed all her miniature coins into the hands of the young attendant before her, terrified he might refuse. Your mother's life force is utterly depleted. I think you should buy some warm clothes. First, keeping out the cold is more urgent, the attendant said, shaking his head helplessly at the little beggar girl before him some days ago. Out of pity, the hall's pharmacist had checked on her mother's condition. It was hopeless. Even with medicinal broths, it would only prolong her suffering briefly. Yaya isn't cold. Big brother, is this enough money? Mama wakes up less and less these days. Yaya needs to hurry back. The little girl simply wouldn't listen to the attendant source. She just kept stuffing the coins into his hand, her face a picture of desperate pleading, nearly on the verge of kneeling. I'll get your medicine. Seeing her determination, the attendant said helplessly. Moments later, he had the pharmacist prepare the decoction. After a moment's hesitation, he didn't use the girl's coins. Instead, seeing plainly he would deduct it from his wages, the little girl took the medicine, uttered a hurried thank you, and ran off without a backward glance. After the little girl left the battle wall and hard hall, I followed the small beggar until she stopped before a dilapidated temple. Indeed, drawing too much attention invites trouble. I thought, looking at the temple, I could sense several powerful auras comes out within. Entering the temple, the interior was untouched, filthy, or overgrown as one might expect. Not a single weed grew. It was remarkably clean. Clearly, the little beggar cleaned daily, treating this place as her home. Mama, are you awake? Yaya will make your medicine now. The little beggar then picked up a somewhat battered iron pot to fetch water from the temple courtyard. Stepping outside, she saw a handsome young man who looked somewhat familiar, holding a tattered umbrella. She instantly remembered the earlier incident. At least he was, and there to chase her away. Relieved, the little girl stepped forward to greet him. With a casual flick of my wrist, some silver coins appeared in my hand. The man owed for the umbrella. The little beggar's eyes lit up briefly. Then she shook her head firmly. Big brother, the umbrella wasn't worth that much. Take it. Would it be company? And for me to come in and look? I smiled down at her and, without waiting for an answer, placed the coins into the battered pot she carried. Looking at the cat-faced big brother, the little girl felt an inexplicable, instinctive trust. Without much hesitation, she agreed. Stepping into the room, my gaze turned cold as it looked upon the frail woman lying on a bed of straw, feeling my stare. The woman shivered involuntarily. Mama, this big brother is like the other kind of people, a really good person. He gave Yaya lots of money. Yaya will make your medicine now. Seeing her mother's flustered expression, the little beggar thought she was afraid of the stranger and quickly explained before starting to light the fire for the medicine. Thank you, young master. The woman stammered weakly, unable to meet my eyes. Must you go this far? I took 2 steps closer, my voice icy. The scent of fresh blood is unmistakable even before entering this hovel. That little beggar's mother is already dead. My gaze locked onto the figure on the straw. A great ascension cultivator lying here, pretending to be half that, if you wished to see Chan, was harming mortals truly necessary?